from my fitra. My fitra was cloudy, suddenly became very bright and sparkly and unbelievably. So my life was about to change that day. It was like me being locked up in a dark room with a blindfold, with earmuffs and a gag, suddenly all removed and get kicked out of the door. I'm in the open light. I can see clear as day who are the people I'm sitting with. I'm sitting with them? Who are they? I can feel them. I can see them, I can feel them, I can touch them for the first time ever. I'm not exaggerating this. That day, I spent the day, I broke the fast in the masjid, I went back home, and the only thing I could think of doing, reading the books I'd been given, was to keep washing myself. Washing the whole night, reading Ikhlas. قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ اللَّهُ الصَّمَدُ لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. Kept reading it. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. The whole night. Washing. In the morning, I was with people that were up to no good. You see? And in the morning, I waited for the first crack of dawn, and I ran out of the house. I didn't want to go back there. And I walked and walked, and I saw a guy, brown face, white hat. I said, this guy must know where a mosque is. I said, excuse me, where's the mosque? He said, it's up there. This is Balham, South London. And I walked into the mosque, I ran up to the stairs, and this guy grabbed hold of me. He said, hi, what's the problem? He said, well, I've come to embrace Islam. He looked at me and he said, well, we've never met before. Where do you come from? He said, I come from Allah. And now I know it. So he asked me many questions. What do you know about Islam? I gave him the whole spiel. He said, wow, it's impressive, man, for a person who's not a Muslim. And then after this, he said to me, now, the last question I need to know, it's very important. Have you washed? The whole night, mate. The whole night I've been washing. Believe me, I think my skin is almost gone. He said, come to the front. I went to the front. I took the Shahada in front of all of the people, testifying that God is there's only one worthy of worship, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is of course his final messenger, and all of the other messengers we accept. We accept the books of Allah, we accept the angels, we accept Qadar, we accept all of these things. And now, I don't know about you and whether you understand this, but I took the Shahada and 300 men hugged me. I have never been hugged by a man before. Wallahi. Even my father, he would never go around hugging men. I said, I wish, you know. I left the masjid. I was on fire. And then the girl came back to my mind. Can this replace this? The question is going on in my head. So I went to her door. I knocked on her door and I said, I just want to give you a message. I said, I want to apologize to you. You are wrong. Your religion is the best. I do apologize if I say your religion was wrong. Can we get married? She looked at me, I have family responsibilities. It took me 2.5 years really to get over her, brothers and sisters. And now I have something which most precious thing any man can imagine. I have knowledge of what I'm doing in this planet. Very simply put, the book of instruction, sent by the divine to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and in its original Arabic script, never been changed, memorized by millions, some at the age of 5 billions, in fact. Only one of them doesn't have 3.1, 2.1, 5.1 like some of the other books yet. This is 1.0. No additions, no editors. Arabic, Mubin. Arabic Mubin. Clear Arabic. Clear Arabic. And of course we know it changed the Arabic. One last thing, I'll leave you with this. There's a man I met a few weeks ago, and he wanted me to marry his daughter, not me, marry his daughter to one revert. So he said, I can't find the imam, so can you come? I said, look, choose the imams, there's many of them. He said, no, you have to come. So I went there. Allah was going to give me another message. So I met the boy, and I talked to him. I said, what are you studying? He said, I'm studying Bedouin graffiti. Bedouin graffiti. So he goes to the caves, he goes to the walls, he goes and he sees what were they writing through the ages in Arabic. You see? And then comes across a certain discovery. And I asked him the question, I said, look, what happened approximately 1400 years ago to the inscriptions? He said, radical change, transformation, can't recognize from before and after, different language, different content. I said, why? Do you know why? He said, the Quran. The Quran. The Quran changed everything about society in the Arabian Peninsula. It changed everything we know about society in the East and the West. Everything. It needs another lecture to discuss that, what it did. I'm not going to go through that lecture today, but I just want to leave you with the last thought that, brothers and sisters, you are sitting on something quite remarkable, and don't take it for granted. Do not, at your peril, take it for granted. Grab the Quran, grab the Sunnah of Rasulullah and be the Sunnah. Activate Islam. Do not talk about Islam too much. Be Muslim. Be great again. And our brothers and sisters in humanity in Malaysia will follow you. Are you understanding what I'm saying? You don't need to talk too much, but you do need to start acting according to that divine message. Subhanallah wa bihamdika. أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفر الله وأتوب إليه والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you very much to our brother, Yusuf Chamber. As you said, when we embrace Islam, there's over than 300 men taught me. So now let me 301. A very beautiful story delivered by Brother Yusuf, and the most beautiful one because of the love story. Very difficult to get. Actually, the brothers and sisters, you know, the Greek scholar, they read about the Hayat Sahaba, the life of the companion. So when we open this book, everything they tell about how the companion, Sahaba, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, life. They talk how they eat, how they befriend with others, and so on. So today we have a 40 minutes with our brothers. He did the same thing to us. He just, through the ceremony, he tell us how he came to Islam. And a very strong message from him, few strong message. Among them, he said, if you find it's too difficult religion or knowledge to understand, this is not from God. Very simple maxim. And also the strong message from me also, we need to get ilm nafi', beneficial knowledge. Of course, it's derived from Quran and Sunnah. And with that, we close our Tazkirah Zuhur today. And again, all of us from Petronas staff say Jazakumullah khair to our brother Yusuf, inshallah in the future.